People engage, it's time for Dueling Decades. The Matrix and Blade versus Bloodsport and Renegade. Strap on that cap, bust out the power glove. Come fight for what you love. Dueling Decades. Poop culture, popping pins, dropping hand grenades. Van Halen locked in Mortal Kombat with David Gray. Banner Ballet and Sick, Iron Maiden, GNR. Come fight for what you love. Dueling Decades.
Okay. All right, Man Crush, we have control of the board. What category do you want to go with?
I know this is early, but we have to probably do it now. Let's go movies.
Oh,
all right. Let's pull it out.
Come on. We wanted to get 2 points for movies.
Hey, that's what strategy's all about, motherfucker.
You know we're winning this shit.
All right, I'll let you start with your juggernaut.
All right. While having a blast at their favorite amusement park, Mega Mountain, the Ninja Brothers witnessed the kidnapping of TV action superstar Dave Dragon, played by none other than Hulk Hogan, by the evil Lothar Zarg, played by Jim Varney, and his kid-hating love Medusa, played by Lonnie Anderson. When Medusa's henchmen surround the park and demand $10 million from the park owners, the ninjas strike back with vengeance. Join Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum for a roller coaster ride of fun, action, and comedy in Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain, released October 10th, 1998.
Now, who was in that movie from the wrestling world?
Hulk Hogan, I said.
Oh, did you? I missed that.
Is nobody listening on this episode? I'm just checking in. Are we all awake? Hello.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan plays Dave Dragon.
Oh, I got you.
He assists the Three Ninjas to save.
It was such a good movie. I don't know why I didn't just know that.
Well, it's
when you're making a Three Ninjas sequel, instead of just having Hulk Hogan play himself, give him a name like Dave Dragon, because that really just...
It's because his performance as Dave Dragon was so compelling. Man Crush didn't even realize that was Hulk Hogan.
Right. It was just he just completely got immersed in the character.
It's such a shitty name and bad casting call when you think about it. It's like, number one, he has no martial arts skills. He can barely wrestle, let alone do any martial arts. So the name The Dragon doesn't really roll.
No.
And then he's with Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
Like,
it should have been Don the Dragon Wilson playing the guy. He just wasn't well known enough. Despite being an actual martial artist. Let me ask you, Mark, what is the what number sequel is this? It's got to be the 3rd or 4th sequel.
This is the 3rd one.
Right. Okay.
That's where it gets good.
Yeah, it really peaks. Like the Fast and Furious franchise. It doesn't get good until Three Ninjas 5. That's really
right.
where
That's when he finds out who's been eating all his good and plenty. That's the big reveal from the previous 2 cliffhangers the years.
Really let the story develop.
Yeah.
So
and the boys, too.
And you're forgetting the juggernaut, Jim Varney and Lonnie Anderson also in this movie. I mean, those are...
Mark, how was the bottom of the barrel when you were scraping it to find this film?
Oh, it was murky, and this was the best I could find. So
honestly, I mean, Hulk Hogan's career has kind of been marred by sex tape controversies. What we don't know is that, there could be a Lonnie Anderson and Ernest P. Worrell and Hulk Hogan threesome sex tape out there that we'll never see. It'll never be unearthed, but it could exist. And
thank goodness we never saw the Santa with muscles, Hulk Hogan and Clint Howard sex tape. That would have been the pitch.
That also would be a roller coaster ride of fun, action, and comedy.
All right. Anyhow, moving on to November 6, 1998. Quite possibly this could be the last funny movie of Adam Sandler's career that was released on that date, and that's Waterboy. He might have had one other one. Maybe Big Daddy was after that. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up.
Anger Management with Jack Nicholson is funny only for Jack Nicholson, but it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I meant Adam Sandler being funny in the movie.
When was Adam Sandler funny in a movie?
You know what? He had his time in the 90s.
I'm being an asshole. Go ahead.
Overboard, mainly.
But you know what? This movie, it brought in $185 million worldwide, which is close to $300 million in 2019. So that's juggernaut numbers for a comedy, like insane numbers. They only spent $20 million on it. So he made a shit ton of money. Everyone knows Adam Sandler and Waterboy, but how does this tie into wrestling? You're asking yourself, right? Do you recall the scene where Bobby Boucher is watching pro wrestling and Bobby's favorite wrestler starts giving an interview on the TV, and that wrestler, aka Captain Insano, was played by none other than Paul White, also known as It's the Big Show. It's the Big Show, which is the worst theme music of all time for a big guy. But if you remember this scene, Bobby offers his services as a professional water boy to Captain Insano, and Captain Insano and the guy interviewing him kind of find it a little bit endearing. So he asks Bobby's age, and he's guessing that he's like 11 or 12. And then they find out that he's 31. And Insano and the interviewers, they like look at each other and they start laughing. And then he says at the end, he's like, everybody watching, Bobby is a virgin. And that's kind of how it ends. But that whole scene, and then he mentions him earlier in the film. He didn't carry any ill will towards Captain Insano later on. He did bring that back up, that he made fun of him, but he still loved him. He was his favorite wrestler. But that's what I had is the Water Boy.
Captain
One
Insano
scene in
shows
an
no
Adam.
mercy.
So one scene in an Adam Sandler movie. Then I'm just making sure we're aware of that. Exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's a huge movie. I mean, it's no Three Ninjas fucking action. It's called.
No, but he's not a pivotal plot point either. Like
Sure.
in Three Ninjas,
This is-
Hulk Hogan
the
is the
scene
plot.
where he got his shit together and fucking like took off, you know?
It's all right. We're gonna win this anyway, Mike.
All right. All right. What I've got here is a movie so mysterious. Its official release date is just January 1988. Roddy Piper stars in a film of some kind called Hell Comes to Frogtown. Piper plays Sam Hell, a fertile man in an unfertile world, a post-apocalyptic atomic fallout future with a society of mutated frog people. Personally, I feel the movie is an interesting view into the world of human sex trafficking. Highlight of the film is Piper wearing a device that will shock his genitals and will explode if he fails his mission. The film will, while not incredible, had enough of a following to spawn a sequel in 93 and a spin-off in 96, neither featuring any returning members of the original cast and released directly to home video. So this weekend, kids, go out and rent the film where Rowdy Roddy Piper's dick had to save the human race.
Yes.
Isn't Robert Zadar in this?
He
Hell
might
Comes
be.
to Frogtown.
Isn't he?
Is Zadar in that? I don't think so.
Roy Calhoun is in it. From
I believe Robert Loggia has a very large starring role.
Oh fuck! If Robert Lowe's is in it, you guys take.
So yeah, Hell Comes to Frogtown.
All right, I like it.
I believe Robert Zadar is in the sequel, Hell Comes to Frogtown 2 or Return to Frogtown.
Got it. I've seen those.
But Rowdy Roddy Piper, I mean, probably the most, in terms of wrestlers who would go on to make movies who weren't The Rock or John Cena, but specifically who aren't The Rock, probably the most illustrious movie career up until The Rock. And certainly the benchmark for successful films starring wrestlers up until that point. And in 1988, he had a double whammy. There was the aforementioned Hell Comes to Frogtown, which is a B-movie delight, well worth watching. Sort of an escape from New York, but instead of a thing around his wrist that's going to kill him in 24 hours, it's a thing around his dick, which is just fantastic. However, the 1-2 punch of Rowdy Piper in 1988 doesn't get any better than John Carpenter's They Live. Rowdy Roddy Piper plays John Nada, a bemulleted blue-collar gent who finds a pair of Ray-Bans that lets him see who actually voted for Reagan. In his various attempts to get others to put these damn glasses on, he gets a bottle broken over his head, shoved out a plate glass window, kicked down a hill, has a 7-minute fight in an alleyway with Keith David, and gets shot at by a corporate capitalist military looking to keep their alien Reaganomics secret quiet. But they didn't count on Rowdy Roddy Piper. He's come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubblegum. Not only is it a fantastic movie with a terrific central conceit and a damn cool Carpenter soundtrack, but it has gained in popularity and become iconic over the years. From street art to internet art, it's now basically a meme for anyone with even a passing leftist politics. The film opened on November 4th, 1988, and debuted at #1 at the North American box office, grossing $4.8 million during its opening weekend, and stayed in the top 10 for 2 weeks. This movie is so good that by rights, not only should it win us the round, but the whole damn game. And not just this episode, but basically a whole year's worth of episodes. Literally isn't a better
you're getting a little
wrestler-related
crazy.
movie,
You're
but
getting crazy.
but outside of They Live. I'm a big fan of The Rock, but he has not made a movie that comes close to the importance and the genius and the awesomeness or coolness of They Live.
Just you wait till they reboot it.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's coming soon, I bet.
Well, you know what they can't reboot is Meg Foster was actually hot in that movie. And
what they can't reboot is her eyes. Her eyes are literally only exist within her head and nowhere else.
now she's just frightening.
Fuck Betty Davis's eyes, Meg Foster's eyes. Goddamn Meg
Write a
Foster.
song about that, Kim Carnes.
Yeah, for God's sake.
Dried up old hag.
Come on.
Just give them the round. This is such a slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, this is really going to be a no-brainer. Though I will say, I probably hold the record in Scotland County, Missouri, for the most rents from the library of the Three Ninjas movie.
Once.
Though I don't particularly remember the third installment, High Noon on Fun Top Mountain or whatever the fuck it was called. Obviously an all-star cast. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got Lonnie Anderson. She broke away from Burt Reynolds long enough to get a little piece of Hulk Hogan and Ernest P. Waterboy, we all had our time with that. It was funny at one point, maybe when we were 10. But, yeah, They Live alone is enough to warrant giving this round to the 80s for sure.
Yes.
Shocker.
Yes. Yes. The whole game to us. Just give the whole game to us. They Live is that good.
What's more interesting, though, is Hell Comes to Frogtown was developed before Alex Jones was a popular figure in So that's actually going to be the fourth sequel, as Alex Jones is sent to save the world. Frogtown, moreover, from the development of gay frogs. And he's
Yeah,
gonna-
but
As long as his dick still gets shocked, I don't care.
in fact, can we just do a movie where Alex Jones is strapped down and just subjected to electrocution? That would be.
he's forced to watch Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good pay-per-view, man.
Yeah. I haven't seen that Three Ninjas sequel, and I feel myself bereft now that I need to go find it and fill a Three Ninjas trequel part of my.
I would like to know how many people actually saw that Three Ninjas.
I probably did. at one
Probably
point.
Jim Varney's family, and that was about it. That was probably about it. They're like, no more Ernest movies. He's like, no, I've got a big time movie with the ninjas and the Hulk Hogan. They're like, weren't ninjas big in the 80s? He was like, shut up. I make my silly rubber faces.
Fun fact: when they dug up all the ET Atari tapes, they actually found a bunch of VHS copies of Three Ninjas High Top Mountain, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
And Jim Varney's bones.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Dueling Decades.